Welcome to the year of 2020, a new year, a new decade. Some say that we live on the best time in human history, but it's also true that we have so much more to achieve.
Every day, some live without opportunities available to the rest of us. They're not heard, they're ignored.
We have the luxury to speak in a well-lit room, but some children still can't have an hour's light at night to read.
At Lancaster, we've been working with 11 beneficiaries this year with a goal to impact a wider community of over 200 people through indirect measures. We would like to share some of their stories with you today.
I'm Marta.
I'm Vanessa.
I'm Emily.
I'm your father.
We are Enactus Lancaster, and this is what we got up to.
How would you feel if everyone thought you were weird simply for being you? Where people believe you are being odd because you cannot cope with the overload of your senses? How would you feel if no one understood and no one cared?
We'd like you to meet some of our beneficiaries at Difference Enabled that we connected with through an autism support group called Piccadilly.
This is Josie, who has a passion for art and we help her explore through advertising and merchandise sales. She is directly impacted by all of our main interventions. She is currently unemployed and is actively looking for work.
At Difference Enabled, we focus on what Piccadilly and the local autism community really needs. We are working to create opportunities for people with autism through work experiences and social engagements.
To give you an example of why we do this, did you know that only a fraction of autistic individuals get into full-time work, and this figure has stayed the same for the past 10 years?
Another study agreed that understanding and acceptance are key to helping autistic people get into work. Employers don't know how to provide support for their autistic employees. As part of our research, we've been asking local companies about their challenges, which mirror these concerns.
Since 2015, we've been selling salads to raise autism awareness in Lancaster, with people from Piccadilly like Josie running the stalls. Sadly, sales over the past few years haven't been as good as we would hoped, leading us to believe that there isn't a demand on campus for salads. After performing on-campus market research, our beliefs were backed by the feedback given to us.
Based on the feedback given from Piccadilly and Lancaster students regarding the myths surrounding autism, we believe that the message we're putting across just isn't enough.
To make a real difference, we need to see acceptance and a commitment to doing more to support people with autism.
To promote acceptance, we identified 3 USPs. First, engage students in our Friends at Piccadilly, focusing on confidence development. Second, create safe spaces where autism is accepted. Finally, consult companies on how to support autistic employees.
Every person with autism is different and therefore has different needs. They love sharing their experiences now that they finally have the chance to speak up.
We know that we can't rely on statistics alone because every person, regardless of their diagnosis, has uniquely different human experience.
This is our for-profit social business model, developed for sustainability and local exposure. We are working with AS Mentoring, a company that professionally advises businesses on how to create autism-friendly workplaces.
Rosie, Tom, and 2 students now speak to groups of people to give them the best possible insight into autistic minds. This helps them show them their individuality, at the same time improving their communication and public speaking skills.
Our partners are the University and Students' Union, who will help us with our acceptance campaign to develop understanding for students with autism.
Activities of our project include selling, consulting, our acceptance campaign, and negotiating to deliver safe spaces.
Our channels are mostly local, including staff from the university, college representatives, and society executives, and we train them on how to work with students with autism.
We have clearly defined customer and beneficiary segments and are hitting at least 4 of the UN Sustainable Development Goals as a result of our value propositions.
So what have we achieved?
We've organised the first ever Autism Awareness Week in Lancashire, and we're working with our university to deliver safe spaces so that the students with autism can feel safe.
These safe spaces are rare amongst universities globally and is the first in Lancashire, which will also be a model for other universities to implement.
We're the only student-led autism consultancy in Lancashire, and we've been working with on-campus stakeholders and a range of companies, including branches of Animal Care, Wolfwood Animal Rescue, Oxfam, Barnardo's and the British Heart Foundation.
As an example of how we are providing opportunities to the people from Piccadilly, we have confirmed work placements from Animal Care Lancaster for some of the Piccadilly group. To add, our ongoing consultancy is helping autistic staff at these companies to feel valued at work.
Considering our market research, we pivoted from selling salads to selling bubble tea instead, as a means of financing our brand and engaging students with Piccadilly. We are the only bubble tea and autism merchandise providers on campus, providing the best price and quality in Lancashire.
Our sales are carbon neutral, producing minimal waste thanks to our glass jar return system with paper straws.
What we do makes people like Josie happy. We want to ensure that you can make a difference. This is advice we have for you all, and what you do with it, it's up to you.
When speaking to someone with autism, give them time to think what they have to say next. Ask a question, pause for 6 seconds, and then ask if they'd like you to clarify.
Many people prefer you to be direct and to the point. Say what you have to say and say it clearly.
Respect that the needs of people with autism are different and make sure they are comfortable in the situation. Be patient and show empathy.
And finally, many autistic people live with stresses most of us wouldn't believe. Don't think less of them. Autistic people are stronger than you think.
By developing inclusive safe spaces, supportive business environments, and creating opportunities, we are changing the lives of people with autism.
Awareness is good, but acceptance is better.
Take a moment to observe where you are today. What are the simple things you've been taking for granted?
No way. Okay, how are you?
We are fine, thank you.
Yes, we are doing this important exercise. Why do you think you need electricity in this school and in the community?
Because when it's evening, we don't have light to study in our homes to do our homework.
And you think the light is very necessary for you to study?
Yes.
Meet Eunice and her team, supporters of our work from Lancaster University, Ghana. We've been in contact with the team for the past year regarding the availability of electricity in Ghana and have been conducting a needs assessment to identify the issues they face.
What we've noticed is the lack of infrastructure on the island means locals don't have access to light when it's dark.
This simple fact prevents children from being able to read at night.
This is the basis why we started Recycling, a project that aims to tackle the lack of access to electricity in locations such as Asia Zakpe, Adafoa, Ghana.
We originally set out to produce a bike that could generate electricity and filter water. We decided to produce in the UK and implement in Ghana. However, after communicating with our partners, we realized that a bike would not be feasible.
We focused on prioritising the generation of electricity, as that was a more significant issue that people in Azizakbi faced. Eventually, we pivoted the project to develop a wind turbine, recognising that this would be a more feasible use of our resources.
We identified key advantages going forward. Many adults are technically skilled, allowing them to create solutions locally, reducing production costs. A local team of students is able to visit the island, conduct research, and help with our needs assessment. And locals have been very helpful, answering all of our questions and are able to take photographs of the island.
We class these advantages as a part of the key resources of our business model. Our key partners include LU Ghana, Lancaster University, and Students' Union, and we have the potential to reach out to more companies for support.
Our key activities include the development of prototypes, such as the initial bike and now the wind turbine, and the development of guides that the locals can understand.
Our turbine powers a sustainable source of electricity for rechargeable devices and batteries via USB outlets.
Providing a guide for development is more sustainable and gives the beneficiaries knowledge into part sourcing while extending their engineering skills.
Long term, we provide a service more than a product. We conduct research and organize communities around the project.
Our planned impact is both direct and indirect. Firstly, the provision of electricity will allow children to read at night. And considering there are around 100 children on the island, the potential for broader impact here is significant.
Second, the adults that we work with will develop further engineering skills that they can take forward to both maintain and build new turbines.
This can lead to the expansion of the project into neighbouring villages. We would be empowering them by encouraging them to develop their own business practices.
These projects are not all we've done this year.
We provide interactive leadership training to help students develop real skills such as coaching, project management and public speaking that they can take forward into working life.
This was Bethan's first opportunity to lead a team on a real-world engineering project, developing skills and confidence as she goes along.
For Andre, the project has been an opportunity to develop his critical thinking skills and entrepreneurial drive, preparing him for his future.
And for Christina, working within a team has allowed her to develop the key skills that help her to get a placement for next year.
But most importantly, we've continued our commitment to sustainable living and demonstrated the potential that every student has to make a difference.
We are change makers,
Risk takers,
Next Gen leaders.
We are Enactus Lancaster.